뽕유 보면 딸 생각난다고요?
아마 정신 연령이.
Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different, a fun, interactive Haessom diary session. And I'm not doing it alone. I've got two discussion buddies with me as we dive into Haessom's moments. Let's see what we uncover together. Alright, so for today's Haessom diary entry, I want to share another BTS moment that caught my attention. During a shoot at a stationery store, the director said something interesting. He mentioned that Somin's character Seokryu reminded him of his own daughter. When he said this, Hae-in turned to look at Somin. Then Somin joked that maybe it was because they have similar mental ages, and Hae-in was the first to laugh. The director went on to say he hopes his daughter grows up like her, and Somin playfully added, "Inside is black," which had everyone laughing, including Hae-in. What stood out to me was how naturally funny Somin was here. I mean, she's a funny girl, and how Hae-in's laughter seemed genuine. Remember, in Young Taro Show, Hae-in mentioned his ideal type is someone with a similar sense of humor. This moment feels like one of those moments where he must have been like, oh, she's so my type. So guys, what do you think about this moment?
Hey besties, we're glad to join you in discussing all things Haessom. Now about your question, Hardy, especially thinking about what Hae-in said later about his ideal type.
Well, what strikes me first is what Hardy pointed out. Hae-in was apparently the first one to laugh at Somin's joke.
Yeah.
That kind of immediate reaction, it's often quite revealing, isn't it?
True. Like it suggests he genuinely got it. And fast. Maybe a shared wavelength or something.
Or just a quick understanding, shared laughter. I mean, that's such a basic human bonding thing, you know?
Totally. And it makes you think, would he have laughed like that so instantly if someone else had made the exact same joke?
That's a good question. I mean, sure, the set atmosphere matters, but
it was Somin's joke, her delivery. It kind of feels like that specifically triggered his response. It wasn't just a polite chuckle.
Felt pretty genuine, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then you connect that to what Hae-in said later on the Young Taro Show.
About wanting someone with a similar sense of humor.
Yeah, exactly. So does the Somin's joke there, that kind of, slightly self-deprecating but light remark, does it fit?
Well, it kind of seems to, doesn't it? What he described later, this seems like a real-life example of it playing out. It felt very natural from her, not forced.
Right.
So, yeah, summing it up, that moment in the shop, Hae-in's quick, genuine laugh at Somin's joke, it really does seem to maybe point towards that alignment and humor he talked about.
The kind he finds important.
I mean, honestly, I think he would have laughed even if someone else had said it, because that joke was genuinely funny. But there's just something extra sweet about seeing these little moments between them. And knowing what we know now, it's really nice to look back and catch the small things that may have quietly built up into the beautiful connection we see today. And now, besties, I want to start a little something special for each of these Haessom Diary videos. At the end of every video, we'll highlight one song that just feels like Haessom. Shout out to Swoon Bestie for suggesting this idea. Actually, when we were all brainstorming gift ideas to send to Haessom, some of you shared songs that reminded you of their connection. And honestly, some of them hit so hard. So today, let's take a look at one of those beautiful picks.
I wrote this for my prettiest friend, but while
And that was Prettiest Friend by Jason Mraz, a sweet and vulnerable pick suggested by Bestie Gyanjali. And honestly, it captures so much of what I imagine Hae-in might have been feeling in those early days with Somin. From the very first lines, there's this part, "This is probably why I like wearing hats." That feels so Hae-in coded, especially with how often we've seen him in those black caps at the airport. And then the chorus? "The feeling that I'm feeling is overwhelming." That line hit me. Because if you remember, both Hae-in and Somin admitted they couldn't make eye contact when they first met. It's that overwhelming feeling of meeting someone who stirs something in you from the get-go. And then this part. "I wrote this for my prettiest friend, but while trying not to prove that I care, trying not to make all my moves in one motion and scare her away. It's giving major, I'm falling for her, but I don't want to ruin what we have, energy." And that ties perfectly into what Hae-in once said about how boys and girls can't be just friends, because he knows how tricky that can be when feelings start creeping in. So yeah, this song feels like a peek into Hae-in's heart during those early Haessom days, quietly falling, unsure if he should show it, and probably unaware that those little moments were already creating a love story. Shout out to Gyanjali Bestie for suggesting this song. Now, I want to hear from you, besties. What did you think about the moment we talked about today? Also, if there's a song that you think captures Haessom's vibe or their story, drop it in the comments. Love you, besties. Have a great day.